and unpaved roads. That is there. That's the idea of what Kenya is. That's why we must reorganize Nairobi. I am putting in 80 billion shillings in Nairobi just to change it so that we can have the correct impression of Nairobi. So that is the future. We are beginning, we're going to have a new airport. We've just advertised for a new airport in Nairobi. We are going to use the money from the Kenya Pipeline IPO. And we'll use only 10 billion out of the 100. Tutaweka 10 billion hapo, tulete watu wengine wakusanye, tuende tufanye hiyo ingine, tujenge nini. Ile kitu inatakikana Kenya ni akili. That's all you need. Ni mnanielewa? Yes. And we are going to tutafanya maneno. Hii Kenya itabadilika hii. So that is how things are. That is the future. We're going to develop new infrastructure. We're going to generate energy. We've already figured out how that is going to. We are going to do dams. We already have 12 identified dams. Eric, with Kimodo, I already have a brief on the first 12 dams, and then we move the country forward. Don't mind about the naysayers and the other people there. They are just talking. They do not have a plan. If you ask them, what is your plan? Ruto must go. How is that a plan? How is it? It is stupid. What is, you know, I'm yet to hear them give us an alternative plan, you know. There is none, you know. You saw the other day when we had this challenge of war in the Middle East. And naturally, prices of oil products would go up. Everybody expected that. Not in Kenya, but everywhere. And then you hear somebody saying, oh, we should go and demonstrate. Really? How will a demonstration bring down the cost of oil products? Honestly, you know. So we have we've done what we have had to do. You know, we've stepped in, we've worked with our partners, we've talked to our suppliers. Luckily for us, we have, you know, what we call a G2G framework that has helped us, you know, stabilize supply, guarantee supply, and make sure that the prices are moderated at any one time. We've also deployed resources around subsidy, and we have stabilized that space. You know, I was speaking yesterday, and many Kenyans ask, why are taxes on fuel higher in Kenya than in our neighbors? Legitimate question. This is the answer. Are taxes on fuel higher in Kenya than our neighbors? Yes. Why? Is the next question, right? It is because we decided as a country that we want to develop more road infrastructure. And that is why we have more road infrastructure. We have more roads, or more paved roads in Kenya. Kenya happens to be the third country with the highest kilometers of paved road. So have the higher taxation regime in Kenya given results? Yes. We are maintaining longer kilometers of tarmac in Kenya. We are building 6,000 kilometers as I talk to you here. In Uganda, from independence up to now, they have done 6,000 kilometers. We are doing 6,000 kilometers now in Kenya. Does that make a difference? You know? So we are a much more, ambitious country. We want to do more. We want to move our country more. That's why, and there's nothing that comes for free. The justification that we should be asking ourselves, are the higher taxes we are paying on fuel translating into outcomes in the road sector? That is the question we should be asking. And I can confidently tell you, yes. With more kilometers of tarmac, we are building more, we are maintaining what we have, and that is what happens in middle-income countries. If you want to compare Kenya, compare us with our peers in the middle-income space. You asked for me to talk to you, so I don't know whether you are still I don't know whether this is what you asked for, or you bargained for something else. But let me stop there and say, my good citizens, the people of the great country, we all belong to Kenya. I'm very proud to be in your midst this evening, to share my thoughts on what I think about our country and where we should be going and how we should get there. I just want to assure you that it is my intention to make sure that no part of Kenya is left behind. That is my intention, and it's my deliberate intention. And that we bring all the people of Kenya on board. No section, no community, no region should be left behind. It's possible for us to move together. It is possible for us to grow together. It is the right thing to do. And that is what I intend to do. And I'm very confident. And I am very optimistic about the future of our country. Very optimistic about the future of Kenya. Kenya is going places. And by the way, we have a great country. If I were asked whether I was to be born again, I would want to be born Kenya. Okay, let me stop there. Asanteni sana. I don't know.